bathroom, especially if we're drinking a lot of water, we go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, we run deficient in these very important energizing nutrients. And this, to me, is one of the hidden epidemics, the hidden deficiency states that we're all dealing with. B vitamin deficiencies, potassium deficiencies, chloride deficiencies, magnesium deficiencies, deficiencies in water-soluble nutrients. Certainly, fatty vitamin deficiencies are also important, but I think water-soluble deficiencies may be among the most significant of all nutritional deficiencies. That's why replacing water-soluble nutrients throughout the day is so important, and there's no easier way to do that than by sipping on your Beyond Tangy Tangerine. It's tasty. Most folks will notice results like lower blood pressure, appetite suppression, weight loss, just feeling better within 1 or 2 doses. You can find out all about it at brightsideben.com or by calling the Brightside Ben phone team at 866-735-2470. Okay, I just want to finish this idea up about health, about wellness, about what we need to do to address health. Health is a chemical issue, a biochemical issue. It's not a medical issue. Doctors don't want you to know this. The medical model doesn't want you to know this because it makes a lot of money selling drugs, selling surgeries, selling devices, selling checkups, selling diagnostics. But the bottom line is health is the natural, normal state of affairs of the body unless there's excess of something or deficiencies of something, and that's not a doctor concern. If you have some kind of disease state, some kind of breakdown in the body, look for a biochemist. Look for somebody who understands the pathways and how they're supposed to function. Or even better, we ourselves should be studying the pathways and how they are supposed to function and what happens to cause them to break down. One of the classic examples of pathways is the activation of chemicals via what we've been calling methylation. Methylation may very well be the single most important biochemical process of the body. There are literally dozens of different disease states. In fact, I would say almost every disease state that we labor under has some aspect of improper methylation occurring. Methylation is nothing more than the attachment of a little chunk of methyl carbon, if you will, that basically turns on or activates the production of biochemicals, like a key. Think of a key going into your ignition, turning the ignition on. That's what activation is. Methylation is a methyl key, a carbon key. It goes into the ignition of biochemistry and initiates the activity, the production of various chemicals in the body. If you have any kind of methylation issue, anything, and I'll tell you why these occur, and I'll tell you what you could do to prevent these here in a little bit, but if you have any methylation issue, that includes alcoholism, that includes heart disease, that includes cancer, osteoporosis, birth defects of all kinds, mental health issues, autism, anxiety, depression. The list is almost endless. Lung problems, Parkinson's disease, atherosclerosis, high blood pressure, chronic fatigue. Almost everything you can name that breaks down in the body has some kind of issue with methylation or defective methylation. Methylation requires these special molecules that are called methylating agents that act like little ferries, chemical ferries that shuttle little pieces of methyl around and look for something to methylate and sticks a little chunk of methyl onto a chemical. Boom, that chemical becomes active. These methylating agents are only found in living foods or once living foods, although they will break down as a food loses its life force, as a food becomes less fresh. Processed foods, the kind of foods most of us subsist on, processed, manufactured, synthetic foods, these tend to be deficient in methylating agents. Now, food manufacturers and governments understand this, and that's why you have enrichment. Enrichment is when they'll take the process of food, destroy all its food value or most of its nutritional value, and then put a little bit of the nutritional value back in synthetically, of course. That's called enrichment, and at least it does provide a little smattering of methylating agents. But the best way to get your methylating agents is through natural whole foods, especially vegetables, fruits perhaps, although they tend to be very high in sugar, so you got to be a little careful with fruits. And then protein, organ meats, flesh foods, these tend to be high in these living substances, these methylating agent substances. And then, of course, fortunately, there's supplements that we can use to improve our body's ability to methylate. Back in the 1990s, SAM-E was popular as a methylating agent. It's still very important as a methylating agent. When I first started studying nutrition, SAM-E was all the rage as an antidepressant and as an energizer. That's because methylation is very, very important for brain health. It helps you make serotonin, it helps you make dopamine, it helps you make various neurotransmitters, helps you make energy molecules. And then perhaps SAM-E's effectiveness was a little overstated. And that's the way it is sometimes in the world of nutrition. There's all the rage, and then the rage kind of dies down. But the fact remains that SAMe can be a very important nutritional supplement for a lot of health issues, including mental health issues, anxiety, depression, bipolar disorder. Even schizophrenia and autism may benefit from SAMe supplementation. SAMe was first discovered back in the 1950s. It's involved in the production of serotonin. For you guys who are dealing with Prozac or Zoloft and you're trying to up your serotonin levels, you'd be a lot wiser to use SAMe and some of these other nutrients we'll talk about here in a little bit that are important for methylation. You can't make serotonin without methylation. You can't make pleasure hormones and reward hormones like dopamine without methylation. SAMe also can improve inflammation and improve pain associated with inflammatory diseases, things like arthritis and joint disease. It's been shown to increase the productivity of cartilage-making cells. It can help you make more cartilage. It can upregulate, I love that word, upregulation. It can increase the production of the squishy, gummy, jelly proteins that are called proteoglycans that function as shock absorbers and nutritional elements inside the body. SAMe can help you make proteoglycans to keep your skin nice and thick. As we get older, these protein sugar complexes, they're called proteoglycans. They tend to, for the production of these substances tends to go down, and our skin becomes thinner. SAMe can help beef up the skin in this way. Protein sugar complexes, proteoglycans, conduct electrical energy. They trap water. They make cartilage more effective. As I say, they make the skin more robust and thick. And they can have an important role to play. Protein sugar complexes can have an important role to play in the health of bone and blood vessels, too. And because SAMe will get you more proteoglycans, that means SAMe can help your skeletal system. It can help your blood vessel system. It can prevent strokes. All kinds of benefits with this very, very important methylating agent. And perhaps there is no more important role for SAMe and methylating agents in general than for the health of the brain. We will talk about that in our next Brightside episode. I'm going to try to get you a couple calls in before we get to our break. Got a full board. 855-660-4261 is our number. When you hear somebody hang up, that's your cue to give us a shout if you've got questions about health, nutrition, prescription drugs, or anything else you want to talk about, especially success stories, or if you just want to contribute to the conversation. Lauren in California, what's going on? Welcome to the Brightside. Lauren, let's see, we got Lauren here. Lauren? Oh, we got to take a break. Lauren, you there? Lauren, I can't hear you, Lauren. We're going to take a break, Lauren. I'll get to you when we come back from our commercial, so hang tight. And if you're on hold, we'll try to get to all our calls, or as many as we can today. 855-660-4261 is our number. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You are listening to The Bright Side on the Genesis Communication Network. We'll be back right after this. Don't go away.
Self-reliance, survival supplies, survival skills, national experts. Get it all at the only free-to-attend national event exclusively for preppers. This spring in Tulsa, it's the National Preppers and Survivalist Expo, a must-be-there event presented by American Living. This massive expo will include special guests, David Mays from Nat Geo's Doomsday Preppers, plus GCN's own Dr. Joel Wallach via live video conference. Hear Dr. Bones, Nurse Amy, and members of the American Prepper Network, along with many other leading national experts. Learn life-saving tips, CPR, how to handle crisis situations, walk through a bomb shelter, and much, much more. 2 big days, April 5th and 6th at the Tulsa Expo Square in Tulsa, Oklahoma. That's April 5th and 6th. Doors open at 9 a.m. with absolutely free admission. Don't miss the National Preppers and Survivalists Expo, America's largest emergency preparedness event. Get your free tickets now. NPSExpo.com. That's NPSExpo.com.
Hi, this is Steve Sanchez, and based on a recent study, it was found that 57 million Americans had legal issues over the last 12 months, but only 60% of those studied sought out the services of a lawyer. Why? In a nutshell, affordability. Well, my friends at Legal Shield have created a solution that can help you not if, but when you need an attorney. For as little as $17 per month, Legal Shield will provide you unlimited access to qualified attorneys at an accomplished law firm for advice and counsel on legal issues, no matter how serious or trivial. For over 40 years and with 1.4 million families across North America, Legal Shield can help you, the loyal GCN listener. Representatives are standing by now to answer your questions, so call them now at 1-855-340-SAVE. That's 1-855-340-7283, or visit them at lsprotection.com. That's lsprotection.com.
Results will vary from case to case.
This alert just came in. This special announcement is for business owners and leaders of organizations who've been waiting for the right time to build. General Steel has made it impossible to wait any longer with rock-bottom prices that could save you thousands. That's right. General Steel, America's leader in pre-engineered structures, is offering buildings at prices you will never see again. Don't miss these prices. A 50 by 100 for under $30,000. You heard right. That's 5,000 square feet under $30,000. Manufacturers, if you need a larger building, try a 100 by 100 commercial building for $129,000. You can't afford to rent with these prices. Imagine a 70 by 100 foot church building for under $69,000. With the economy improving and interest rates still at historic lows, you can't afford to wait. So call 866-91-STEEL. Lock in your price now. Take delivery in spring. 866-91-STEEL. That's 866-917-8335.
It's time for a home security quiz. What effective home security device is smaller than a coffee cup, fakes out burglars into thinking someone is home at your house while you're away, plugs into any wall outlet, is recommended by many police departments, and sells for less than $30? Yes, it's Fake TV. This year, about 1 in every 50 U.S. homes will have a break-in, with burglars usually picking the easy target, a dark house that looks like no one is home. Fake TV is a small electronic security device that makes it look like someone is home watching TV by simulating the light from a real TV. Fake TV could be the difference between coming home to a secure house or one that's been ransacked. To get your Fake TV for only $29.95 with free shipping, go to faketv.com or call 1-877-5-FAKE-TV. That's 877-532-5388, or go to faketv.com. Fake TV, the burglar deterrent.
We all know that Berkey Water Purification Systems are the most trusted name in water filtration. As an authorized Berkey dealer for over 6 years and serving thousands of satisfied customers, the Berkey Guy offers amazing specials for Berkey Water Filtration Systems. The Berkey Light Systems include a set of self-sterilizing and recleanable black purification elements that purify water by removing chlorine, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, and parasites to non-detectable levels and remove harmful chemicals such as herbicides and pesticides. Order the Berkey Light System today, complete with 2 black Berkey elements for only $231, and the Berkey Guy will ship your order free of charge. With the purchase of a Berkey Light, the Berkey Guy is also offering a set of fluoride and arsenic filters for only $39.99. That's over 30% off the retail price. Call the Berkey Guy at 1-877-886-3653. That's 1-877-886-3653. Or order online at goberkey.com. That's goberkey.com today.
Free from the shackles of corporate America, we're the place for independent thinkers. GC.
All right, we're back on the bright side talking to Lauren in California. Welcome to the program. How you doing this morning, Lauren?
Thank you, Ben. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great. How can we help you?
Well, I have a success story that I'd like to share this morning.
Nice. Love success stories. What's going on? Can you speak up a little bit? I'm having a hard time hearing you, though.
Yeah. So I've been struggling with acne for many
Lauren,
years.
my friend Lauren. What's up, Lauren? Yes, I'm good. Let me set this up, okay, Lauren? You mind for a sec? So I met Lauren, for the listeners here, I met Lauren a couple weeks ago, going on 3 weeks ago in Santa Cruz. I did a talk at the beginning of March, and Lauren, at the end of my talks, people come up and we answer questions and we chat a little bit, and I saw Lauren, and Lauren had some breakouts going on, but I could tell Lauren had really good skin underneath breakouts. This happens a lot with skin. You'll see really good skin, but there's breakouts on top of the skin, and that always tells me that, like I was saying at the beginning of the program, something is disturbing the perfection of the system. When it comes to skin health, the skin is very receptive to food, so Lauren and I spent some time together and gave Lauren some ideas, and then Lauren called me yesterday And what she said to me was so important, I thought, that I asked Lauren to call on the program, and I told her that I would take her call. And I want Lauren to. I asked Lauren if she would mind sharing some of what she noticed by taking just some very simple steps. No doctors, no drugs, no nothing. Just some very simple steps. I was really impressed, and I'm always impressed when I see these kinds of things. But I was especially impressed when Lauren told me her story, and I asked her to share her story.